Hey, what's up, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to the Water Bearer podcast. So, back for season six. So, thanks for everybody for rocking out with me for now. It's been almost 2 years of doing this podcast. And so, we're doing something a little bit different this season. And we're talking about the ick of each zodiac sign. So, for those that don't know, an ick is basically something that you can't stand, maybe a little bit disgusting, something you don't like about someone or something. So we're getting into that this season with each of the signs. And tonight, of course, we're starting off with my sign, Aquarius. So getting out some preliminary things before we get started and before I bring my special guest, Jalisa, out with me. And again, welcome to the show. So glad that you are here. And remember that subscribing is thriving, although sharing is caring, but hey, we want you to subscribe too. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'd really appreciate it if you do so. That helps this podcast be able to be spread with other people like yourself who are watching and enjoying it. This is a live broadcast. So go ahead and leave your comments during the show, and we'll try our best to get to those. It's going to be a little bit shorter episodes this season. So we're going to go about 35 minutes or so. But we're going to still touch on some pretty cool things. And also, if you have not already done so, you can follow me on social media at Instagram, Poetic PEAUXETIC, and TikTok PEAUXETIC, number 7 at the end. And also, you can catch the drip every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer season than normal. We're going to stretch this all the way through December, but it's going to be really fun. So famous Aquarius, before we get started, is Shakira. I'm not sure if you all knew that, but she is an Aquarius. And today I have the pleasure of having Jalisa Danielle join me on the show. You can follow her here, her Instagram and TikTok handles. Jalisa, that's JALISA _ Danielle, and that's DANIELLE. So I found her on TikTok, and I just really started getting down this rabbit hole. I saw one or two of her videos, and honestly, I think it was maybe the 5th or 6th video before I realized she was an Aquarius, and I'm like, oh, my people, hey. So that immediately made me like her even more. So excited to have her on. So glad that she agreed to be on the show tonight. And thanks so much, Eddie. So thanks so much for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Not sure if this is your first time watching, but I hope you enjoy it. All right. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Jalisa out.
Hey, oh, whoa.
Hey.
Hair, okay. Yeah, but
good.
for Aquarius, we are going to try to keep this as short as we can because
I know, right? No,
yeah,
me too. I'm the same way.
So I'll just respond to your questions.
Hey, no, it's good. I mean, it doesn't have to be so scripted. So if I miss something or something you really want to throw in, by all means, please do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I know that you are an astrologer or astrologist and a numerologist. So do you mind, before we get started, just kind of maybe taking us through quickly how you got into that and what piqued your interest?
All right, Cliff Notes version. I was a teacher for many, many years.
Okay.
Last year, quit my job, but during my last school year, I was, looking more into astrology because my students, the Gen Zers, they're all into that kind of stuff. And so I just kind of looked into it, like the sun sign stuff. And then I was starting to pair my students, like, okay, these are like, signs that match and these signs. So I was seeing how like they work together. And then just from there, I started researching my own birth chart. And then I was like, what the heck is all of this? Plus, I'm like, I love to learn and read. And again, rabbit hole. And I have all these books and you just talk. And
Danny, stop. Sorry. My dog is going crazy.
Oh, that dog.
Stop it, Danny.
Yeah, I just started to, look at study all the people who I know who are close to me, and it just made too much sense. And then obviously as a teacher, I know I have the gift of teaching and being able to break it down into like an easier way for people to understand.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at now, of like just teaching people and also loving to talk to people about real life and
Right.
what they're going through, and being able to counsel, because I've been through a lot of things, you know, and a lot of experience on life, you know, thus far. So I'm always like, same, been there, done that, same.
Right.
So yeah, I just love to read and study and ask a lot of questions. I'm nosy.
Hey. Well, I think that's on brand for Aquarius though too, because I feel like we're a very curious sign. We want to know things. I think we always want to know kind of like the nuts and bolts and the how and why behind the
Yeah,
way things are.
yeah. And I've noticed it's Aquarius is like liking to study human behavior and psychology. It's like very like sit back and watch, because it rules all the groups and the people, and we're always in some type of large organization. So you're always around people, like just studying them.
Yes.
And
Right.
yeah, so yeah, I like people watching. I
Me
am
too.
that person that sits out and like and just watches people like, why would they do that? Why are they doing that? Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, it is I love being an Aquarius.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. I do. And speaking of, so if you don't mind, do you mind sharing your birthday with the viewers and the listeners?
Yeah, I'm a February 12th person.
Okay.
So, you know, I share a birthday with Abraham Lincoln, you know, so
Hey,
I'm great. I'm
that's
awesome.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. February
I know
12th. Okay.
nothing about him. I just know that every time I would see a calendar and I would like better at my birthday, I'm like, whose birthday? Oh, it's Abraham Lincoln. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's
I
nice.
was the same way too. I used to, well, and I guess more recently, Rosa Parks, I would always say, oh, we had the same birthday.
Oh,
And Tabitha Brown and I also had the same
oh, okay.
birthday. Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
Rosa
she's
Parks
February
was
4th.
Aquarius. Okay, that's
Hmm.
why. Yeah, that's what she was like. I ain't
Right, right.
breaking the rules.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like breaking the rules or not following the rules. Yeah, I like that. Okay,
Exactly.
that's interesting. I learned something new.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So, all right. So, as I mentioned, this season is all about the ick of each sign.
Mhm.
So, personally, as an Aquarius, I would say I feel like our ick is
We don't have
always. Well, that's true. That's
it.
true. So, yeah, let's get that out the way. We don't
Yeah.
have an ick. We're perfect. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So, but if we had to have one,
Mhm.
I would say I feel like ours would be that we like to be so different
Mhm.
and outside of the box, almost to the point where I think to other people it may seem as if, oh, you're just going against the grain just to do it.
I get told that a lot. Well, I used to a lot, like when I was on social media, like debating, like especially like politics season, you know,
Oh,
like
okay.
I was like, you're just purposely being a contrarian. I'm like, no, I really believe these things. Like I really
Right.
believe that, or whatever I'm like arguing against or standing up for, like I really believe that, but it's just not always popular opinion. Somebody agrees with it, it's just not a
Yes.
majority, you know.
Opinion.
So
Hmm.
I mean, whatever. It's not on purpose. I mean, it's not fake, y'all. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I feel like even when it comes down to like clothes or things like that, and shoes, like I don't want something that everybody else has on.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't want to smell like everybody else, look
Yeah.
like
Are you
everybody
like
else.
a thrift shopper? Like, do you like to
Hmm.
go like into thrift stores and stuff? Yeah, this is an
Yeah,
Aquarius thing I learned. It's like
yeah.
because it is like I don't want to dress like everyone else. I'll go to the thrift store because this was from like 20 years ago or whatever.
Yes, yes.
Or yeah. So it's a thrifty sign.
That's right. It is. Yeah, I have some they're in my closet right now. I have some Kohan boots
Uh-huh.
that I got years ago. And I only paid like $20 for them. I got
Yeah.
them from the thrift, and they
Yeah.
were almost brand new.
Yeah. I love a thrift store. So, stand out. Yeah.
Hey, hey, and Eddie says facts similar with Scorpios. I would agree.
I'm a
I feel
Scorpio rising, by the way, so
hey,
it's all
okay.
about transformation. We can get into that later.
Okay, okay. So if you had to pick one ick of Aquarius, would you agree that that's our thing, or do you think it's maybe something else too? Because I
I
know.
Yeah, that, but I've think I've gotten more of a like the detachment of Aquarius of you don't care. I get that a lot. Like you don't care, or you're mean, or when you're kind of like over a person, whether it's a romantic or friend or just a colleague or something, like you just like don't care anymore, that you detach so much that it's like that person doesn't exist anymore. And so I think that's to me, I say you don't exist. I've never met you. I don't know you. I will pass you on the street and not say a word. So the detachment is really heavy, I feel like, for Aquarius, where they can just kind of, it's like a light switch. And I try to like really tell people, no, it really is. It's like, that's it. That's how fast I was like,
damn, just that quick. Just
I don't care if I'm going to for 20 years. You don't exist anymore. So I think that is the people, the coldness and the detachment of Aquarius. I feel like that's their like you don't care. You don't care about things.
Yeah, I would agree though. I do think that's a top one for us is the detachment. So I'm curious. So for me, I can get to that point where I act like I don't know you. Now, if we've had a long history, then I'll at least speak to you when I see you, to the point where I'm not going to give you like extra, but enough where if someone else saw us out in public, they may think, oh, okay, they're still cool, or at least I'm still cordial. I guess that's the best word. But that has to be for somebody I've really cared for, really know for a long time. But if I don't really know you like that, then yeah, it's Casper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just yeah. So for you to be detached like that, do you feel like it takes you a long time to get there, or is it just pretty cut and dry?
I think it's maybe because it is Aquarius is a loyal sign. The Aquarius is a fixed, just like Scorpio is a fixed sign, Taurus and Leo were fixed. So it's like whatever you're fixated on, like you stay loyal to it, and you stay loyal as long as you can. Like I'm loyal to restaurants, and I order the same thing, and I'm just like always like routine. But then it's like that one thing that will literally like detach, or you can't like respect someone or like them or it's once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
So it can be for me pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, on the once it's gone part. I've tried to kind of go back and maybe make things the way they were in relationships, friendships, whatever. And it really never works out.
No, and some people do. Some people will like, oh, I'm gonna try again, or rekindle or whatever. But I'm just like, no, like once it's gone, it's gone. It's really hard to get back to that state. So yeah, literal detachment.
Yeah. And I feel like too with Aquarians, we're not flippant with the detachment. So once we detach, I feel like personally we have more than enough good reason to do that. So we've probably given a whole bunch of chances before it reached that point.
Yeah, I definitely. And then like I would get a lot of like, oh man, I got so many stories. But somebody trying again to be my friend again or whatever, and I will look at the text message or whatever and just be like I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like you're blocked. You don't exist. Like there's just no, like when I would like, because Aquarius is also like the popular loner as well. It's
that's a good way to put. I've never heard it put that way.
Yeah, the popular loner, as in like we are the connectors and the networkers and things like that, but we can spend the day with ourselves and not be bored and go eat by ourselves and things like that. I mean, depending on what kind of Aquarian you are, but essentially you can just kind of do things alone. And so, that's kind of something too with people. Like I'm good. Like I don't need, like, I'm not sad that you're like not my friend anymore. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, can you please, I don't like, to me, I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
All right, next. It's so used to like detaching from things. You're just like, okay, that was another person and whatever. And somebody's gonna like me because I'm the connector.
Right. And I again, that what you said, that popular loner, That's a great way to put it, because I think sometimes, and I don't know if you get this too, but I think on the outside looking in, a lot of people would believe that I have a whole bunch of friends because I know a lot of people. And it's really not like that. I mean, I do have a nice number of friends, but as far as like close friends that I would share secrets with, and I can count it on one hand.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I got like 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like people look at my page, and I used to work in music, and so you see all these celebrities, and you see the concerts, and the music festivals, and all that. They're like, wow, you're just so. I'm like, I leave after 30 minutes. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm not hanging out. Like, I want to be by myself. I want to be in the back. I want to be far away from people because I don't want to be around this. And yeah, people would just know me as being like the person who just kind of like dips in and out, the Irish exit. I just like, where are you? Get the, where are you? I'm like, I'm gone. I left. So yeah, that is a popular, the popular loner. It is Aquarius is an extroverted sign. If you go in order, if you go in order of the zodiac, it starts with Aries, and that's extrovert, and then it'll go introvert, extrovert, like in order from like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, all the way around. And so Aquarius is known for being extroverted, but it is like the behind the scenes popular person, because opposite is Leo, and Leo is our sister sign, and Leo wants to be seen, and they're popular because they put themselves out there, and we are popular because we're just in the middle of like groups, in the center of like groups, or the connector or the linker. Like, I don't know if you ever like connect people and be like, hey, you guys should work together, or you guys should blah, 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 blah.
All the time.
So we are those people, and so that's why everybody kind of knows us. But I've always been somebody who liked to be behind the scenes. Like, I never want to be in front of the camera. That's Leo's job. But now obviously I'm on, live streams and
in front of the camera today, right?
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But yeah, there's a lot of very popular Aquarians who are just like out there, but they're loners.
Right. And that's interesting what you said too about Leo, because I can't remember if I shared this with you, but Leo is actually 2 of my big 3. My rising and my moon are both Leo.
Okay, so you have an opposite energy, like a back and forth. Because I kind of, I'm over here trying to do a reading now. I'm like, life and your home life and your family life.
I'll take it.
Okay, so I will say that people have the sun moon opposition. They could have grown up with like mother father on the different pages, because the sun is the father and the moon is the mother, and they're opposite signs, so they could have been like an opposite or not on the same page. But Leo moon is you could have could have been raised either like motherly figures could have either praised you and been like, look at my baby, look at, and always like showing you off all the time, or there's like ego clash because the Leo is the sun and it wants the attention. And or the mother could be Leo like in with Leo moon. So that's kind of something I've observed with people who were raised like their moon, the mother figure is Leo like as well.
I would say that's pretty accurate, because the interesting thing is my mom is a Virgo, but my grandfather, who's deceased now, he was a Leo. And I feel like my mom has a lot of that, not so much like trying to be in the spotlight, but a lot of that like take charge. Pride and
a lot of
Leo
pride,
qualities.
Controlling. And so I've known a Leo moon who was very controlling. Try to control every situation because it's fixed energy. It's like, and Aquarius is fixed energy. It's like very stubborn. Are you stubborn? Are you stubborn?
I guess I'm fixed stubborn all the way around with Leo and Aquarius.
It's weird. I have so many Leo risings in my life, like very close, best friend, family. Like Leo rising is like, I don't know what it is. Like, what are y'all trying to teach me? Because I'm Scorpio rising. I'm the darkness, and y'all are like, look at me. It's like, and you're wearing yellow and I'm wearing black. That's very sun of you to
have on. I didn't even think of that, but that's true.
Like
it is
underworld. I'm like, So yeah, it's kind of interesting that you have that color
That's
on.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one segment that I'm doing, well, actually two new segments that I'm doing this season. One of them is called Take You With Me. So I feel like it's not fun or I don't know what the word is I'm trying to use. Not even fun, but just it just feels better to get in trouble with company. I'll say that. So so if you had to pick another zodiac sign that you would say, okay, they have a horrible ick, who would it be and why?
But I have to take them with me.
Yeah. So
But I
basically,
don't like them.
well, take them with you in the sense of, we're talking about this Aquarian ick, and then basically just calling out another sign saying,
Oh,
hey,
like
y'all are
bring them
bad too.
down with you.
Yeah.
Pisces.
Oh,
Pisces.
you said that quickly too. Why is that?
Well, actually, I say Pisces, Gemini, Sag. The mutable. Well, it's the mutable energy of like constantly changing and switching up and indecisive, and I don't know which way to go. But Pisces is very delusional, and
It
to the
can be,
point
yeah.
of like they just like live in la la land. But yeah, they're literally the fish swimming in opposite directions. But I have a lot of Pisces around me, and so they're always just like,
Me too.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're weird. They say weird, delusional things, and they're indecisive and they lack boundaries. That is a big thing with Pisces. They lack boundaries. They don't know how to put their foot down and like say no, because I always want to help everyone. That's one big thing that they do. And so that kind of bothers me because as somebody with very fixed
Leave Pisces out of it.
Pisces lacks boundaries. And it is a sign that I, because I have a lot of, I feel like I'm here to teach them how to like stand on business, and don't go out and help every single person because you will overexhaust yourself trying to, but they're the healers of the zodiac. So it's like, why they're doing it.
Right.
You make yourself aware of what you do and your energy, but you also have to balance it out too. So Pisces,
hey, Danny, stop. Sorry.
to like do the most with other people.
Right. Pisces, that's true. I do think that sometimes, and you can correct me if you think this is wrong. I think in some instances, and not necessarily just like romantic, I'm just any relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting with Aquarius and Pisces because to your point, I think we're really good at telling them like, hey, sit down. Hey, stop doing this. Hey, don't overexert yourself. Even though we may be doing the same thing too, but for different reasons.
Victory.
Yeah.
I get told that from Pisces. Like, you're such a hypocrite. You're doing what you say don't do. I'm like, we're walking contradictions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm still giving good advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And so one sign you didn't mention that I'm surprised because I know you said about the indecisiveness. So would you put Libra in that?
Oh, I said Libra. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a client yesterday who has a Libra sign, talking about Libra energy of how it is very, they're known to be people pleasers because they want to keep the balance and fairness. The joke is like lying. And they lie. They lie in the sense of like they don't want to rock the
they want to keep the peace, I feel.
That is something that they'll say, oh yeah, this food tastes really good.
Yeah.
And,
it does, it's like it's horrible. Right.
Yeah, that is something with Libras. They're also known to be a little like ditzy and dingy, and it's so frustrating. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin of like Libra dingy airhead energy, literally air sign airhead energy with Libra. It's just enough Libra suns to see like they will ask you the most obvious questions. Like you can be pouring yourself a glass of water and they will watch you pour that glass and say, "Are you getting some water?" And you're like, "Yes." What? Don't get me started on this. I'm gonna read days. and seeing the pattern too. It's not just like one person where you're like, oh, that's just something
That's just
that
them.
person that didn't know.
Mhm.
It's like when you see it enough times, you're like, why are y'all airheads? Literally airheads. But it's also a very intellectual sign because they become lawyers and judges and things like that. So it's like you're a smart airhead kind of thing. So
I love
oh
it.
gosh.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
hilarious.
are you a sarcastic person?
I can be,
Yeah.
but so okay, so this is the thing with me. So like if I know you or if I feel like we have a good relationship, then I don't mind the sarcasm.
Yeah.
But I guess two situations where I don't like sarcasm is if I don't know you that well, or maybe it's a work setting
Mm-hmm.
and the sarcasm, I don't really like that because I feel like if we go tit for tat, then you might get your feelings hurt, and then
Yeah.
then I'm the bad guy.
You're
So
gonna
I
be like,
just
ouch. Yeah.
yeah. So
Aquarius is
I
very
don't
blunt. It's a
yeah.
blunt. Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
very blunt sign. No, I'm super sarcastic, but
I feel like yours would be witty though, like more fun. Or no?
yeah, I do. No, yeah, I'm not like a just somebody just trying to be like because my cousin,
Danny.
she's a Leo, but a Leo rising as well. We always go back and forth. We go back and forth
Oh,
with
really?
like, she'll have a like look at my outfit and she'll be like, oh my gosh, you look so beautiful today. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you too. You're so slim and so in shape. And
Danny,
going
stop.
back.
All right.
Your dog is
He's
needs
doing the most.
your dog
Goodness.
needs some
Sorry.
CBD.
Right. Danny, stop. Stop. So oh, see,
Oh.
knock over my stuff. Danny. Okay, he's gonna get it after this is over.
I'm all about the discipline. I'm all about
Yeah.
children, pets, people, name it. I'm for it.
Are you? Oh, okay. So that's okay. I'll ask you that too. I guess since he indirectly brought it up,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of times that Aquarians are pet lovers, or animal lovers. Do you think that's true?
No, I just think it's more in this. Well, with astrology, of course, with sun sign, it's more of like I look at like behaviors, more of like how you act, and then as far as like the outside or external from you, that's more of like in your birth chart. I see people in the houses. The sixth house is the house of pets and animals. So if somebody has a presence there, they usually or Virgo, they might like pets. I am not a pet person.
Really not at all.
No.
Oh,
like I
okay.
had a dog. Like I had a little dog growing up, and my sister has 3 dogs, and I just more y'all. But I babysat my friend's dog for a couple of days, and I was like, never again, because we lived in an apartment, like many stories up, and I was like, I have to go downstairs and then go outside, and I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
And I've been told Aquarians are actively lazy. So I am actively lazy. I'm in the gym like all the time, but I'm like, the remote, it's all the way over there. Like, I gotta get up. So
I'm the same way.
That's a thing for us too. It's a term that I just learned from a Pisces.
Wow.
Actively lazy.
So I got 2 terms that I'm gonna have to steal now. The popular loner, and then the actively lazy, because I feel like that's me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Okay. And so another one I have a question for you. This segment is called Redacted. Okay. So if you could tell me a really interesting, funny, horrible, something on that spectrum type of story about another zodiac sign. I guess you could say that you've had maybe the most intense situation with, without mentioning their name.
Oh, I won't mention no names, but I think, oh man, intense as in like yelling and screaming. Intense.
It could be that, or it could be maybe even intense as far as like in a good situation, or maybe just a bad interaction.
Oh, I got so many. Because I'm fiery. I'm fiery. No, I think, okay, I'll mention 2. I'll mention a good one and a bad one.
Okay.
Well, I think everything is perspective too. But intense moments with another fire sign, because I have a lot of fire energy in my birth chart. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware now and I'm much more calm than I was, prior in my 20s. But yeah, intense moments Sagittarius. My
Yeah.
mom's a Sagittarius, and
My
so
dad
it's
is too.
really, yeah, and so it's just very intense. The fire, like it's the archer of the zodiac, so it's literally like ready for war. And so intense moments with Sag energy. I'm a Sag moon, so I understand Sagittarius energy. I'm a Sag Mars, Saturn. I have a lot of, so I'm can be aggressive with people, and I won't back down. So I would say
Right.
a moment with Sag energy, Sag two Sag suns, and then I would say pleasant is Pisces because it's known for escapism. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
smoking and getting high, and like they're just ready to just escape the world. So just like having the moments of being able to talk about like dreams and the subconscious and the outer realm.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of Pisces energy that I deal with. Every time I deal with the Pisces, they're always like just they just want to be high and they just want to just talk about the most randomest things ever. And so that's why I do like them, because they're just like F all of this greedy real world stuff and let's just look at the sky. And I'm like, okay.
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, I like that because I feel like on one hand, so with the Sagittarius one, I get along with Sagittarians pretty well.
Yeah.
But I will say, um, I feel like there's this unspoken thing with most Sagittarians that I know,
Hmm.
where we somehow know not to cross that line.
Hmm.
Um, because I do feel like when an Aquarius and a Sag get into it, it could be point of no return.
Yeah. And I don't know if like what level of your audience is, but the city girls, they are Sag and
Oh
Aquarius.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're Sag and Aquarius.
Oh, I
So
knew Carisha was Aquarius, but I didn't know
yeah, JT is a Sag.
JT's a Sag. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
That
I
explains
like
a
to look
lot.
at, yeah, I say I like to look at the signs and people's signs. But I mean, it's obviously they're compatible elements because air and fire, like those are compatible elements, and so we can get along with them. But as far as like the intent, they're intense, and they're also like the philosophers. They're the ones who
Mhm.
like learn and teach and preach, and so they may have like know-it-all attitude, and it's just like I said, it's fiery, it's ready to go off, and
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yes. Yes.
So,
That's true. That's
yeah,
true. Yeah,
yeah.
and also agree with what you said about Pisces because I feel like their escapism is sometimes welcomed. And I feel like it's kind of like that, at least in my experience, with all of the water signs, but more so with Pisces and probably Cancer too, actually,
Yeah.
where um, they're able to get me out of my routine or out of maybe my rigid thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because let's say they're mutable. They're just like go with the flow and let
Yeah.
go, and it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, yes, it does. I'm very
Right.
serious about this.
Yes, it matters. Right.
Oh yeah, I understand that. But were you, because Aquarius and Pisces are known as like the late bloomers. Do you feel like you were like a late bloomer, or like maybe in
Mm.
school? It's like those talk shows where it'd be like from geek to chic kind of thing. Like you're like the weirdo in the school, and then you glow up and you're like, yeah, you guys didn't want me back then.
Right. So I wouldn't say it was totally to that degree, but I will say, especially as I've gotten older, um, some people refer to me as like, oh, you're like a cool nerd, or you're like
Yeah.
like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, when I was in college, I didn't mind drinking, but and I don't knock it, but I've
Yeah.
never been big on like smoking weed or anything like
Mhm.
that. So I was the only one really outside of my friend group that didn't smoke, or one of the few that didn't smoke.
Mhm.
And so they would kind of look at me as like, oh, you're just,
Oh, the stiff. No, I was like that
yeah.
all through
Mhm.
school, college. I didn't try anything until like I was like late 20s, like 28, 29. like then I was like, because I used to be like,
right.
You guys, oh
What
my
are y'all
God,
doing?
you're breaking the law. Judge, I always call myself Judge Judy. I was like, I was very judgmental, and I was in the church. I was like, just so like trying to be so perfect and live this perfect life. And then now I'm like, that's not me. Like, that's not me. I'm not. That's not how I feel my best. So yeah, but I was that person. I was at drinking. I was like, you guys drink alcohol? Oh my gosh. Ew. I don't like drinking. Like, I don't like drinking now. Like when I was like 21, I have Mexican family, so they were like shots. And then I got really like sick, like I want to throw up. I was throwing up everywhere, and I was like, I'll never drink ever again in my life. Not that I haven't, but I don't like
right, but
alcohol.
not to that
It's
extent.
so gross. It's so gross to me. I don't know. It just doesn't resonate.
Yeah, I will say I do still drink, but that whole idea of getting drunk, or I know people who purposely get drunk, like
Yeah, they
that's not
want like they go out to get drunk. Like
yeah, and they can't have a good time without it.
That's not me. And I'm very lightweight too. So like you'd be like, well, you just had one sip, and I'm like, I know, but I am there already. No more for me.
Right, you're done.
Mhm.
I love it. Okay. All right. So I can't believe we've already hit.
I thought I'm a yapper. You'd be like, whoa, look at the time.
No, me too. I love talking. So no, same.
It sounds like, okay, wait, it sounded like.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And this is called Dead in the Water. So for anybody who's maybe watching the show for the first time, the way this game works is it's a this or that choice. And so instead of telling me the thing of the two that you like the best, you'll tell me the one that you would get rid of or throw back in the water.
Okay.
Of these two. So this first one, I kind of think I know which way you'll go.
Okay.
But it's attached or detached. If you
Which
gotta
one
get
am I
rid of
getting
one.
rid of?
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of being attached.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next one, ketchup or mustard, which one of these would you get rid of?
Ketchup. I really like mustard. I'm a mustard.
I do too, actually.
I like mustard, yeah.
Okay. All right. So ketchup's hitting the water. All right. So astrology or numerology, if you had to get rid of one.
Oh, that's kind of hard. I would say numerology.
Okay.
Because, I feel like even though they connect, obviously they're one and the same, but numerology is just like 9 numbers, and astrology I feel like is 12.
So many different
Zodiac,
things.
so there's much more content there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So this one, as it pertains to movies and genres, action or horror.
Oh, I don't like scary movies, so I would get rid of horror movies. I'm not a
Really?
I do not go to scary movies. I do not. I already got enough. I already
You said you got enough real life.
Real life things and situations. I'm like, I don't need no more. Yeah.
Really? Now that's surprising, because I thought that you were going to say get rid of the action and keep.
Oh, I love action movies. I like to. I'm aggressive. I like to fight. I like a good beat down. I like to watch fight videos.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I'm like, that's what you get. Like, I'm that person. I'm like, that's what you get for being a bully. So I love a good bully. Somebody getting picked on, redemption story.
Yeah.
I love fighting. I just like fighting.
Hey, don't y'all play with Jalisa on the street. She'll give you a beat down. All right. Now this is interesting because we talked about this for a bit earlier. Extrovert or introvert, which one would you throw away?
Extrovertedness.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you're out and you see somebody doing the most, you're just like, what are you doing? Like, sit down. You're disturbing the peace. I'm trying to have my meal, and you're ruining the vibes. Okay. So I get rid of the extroverted extraness. Yeah.
Okay. Get rid of that one. All right. Okay. So hey, this has been great, and I know you had it up there, or you have it up there. But how can people, if they want to get a birth chart reading or anything like that, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah. So if they can see my website here, Jalisa Danielle Astrology. And then I'm on every platform. I'm trying to condense it down because I'm doing too much on every platform. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, like everywhere. So, but yeah, my website is the easiest thing. And I don't know why. It's on every platform, everywhere, on all my videos. And people are like, hey, how can we find you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my banner. It's the bio. It's on my shirt. It's on everywhere. Like, how do you not see it? So that's something too with, Aquarius. We have a godlike complex. And so it can make us feel like we're way smarter than everyone. And so it's frustrating, those kind of questions that people, I'm like, sometimes I don't even want to respond to people. I'm like, I'll just miss out on this because I'm upset that you're asking me this. I'm so upset. People don't see. Thank you, Eddie. People do not read it. This is the most frustrating. Like, you don't call a restaurant and be like, hey, what do you guys serve? You know, like, let me go to their website. Let me go to their Instagram. Let me look through there. Like, sometimes I don't know if people are just trying to play me and just trying to like get me mad, but I'm like, why do you not look? Look.
Yeah, it's right there. Just
maybe
look.
Bio, maybe, I don't know. Like,
I feel so seen when you listening to you saying that, because I'm telling you, I go through the same thing. Like, even people that, now if it's your first time, I get it, but people that see a lot of my content or maybe interact with a lot of my content, and they're like, oh, how do I check out your podcast, or what is the name of your podcast, or I didn't know you had a podcast. And I'm like,
and you're like, I can't answer silly questions. Like, I used to tell my students that don't ask me no silly question, because I will like just look at them. Like, I don't curse. I don't like, am I gonna be like rude? But I'm like stare at them, and then they're gonna be like, what? And then I'm look at them and I'm like, think about what you just
think
said.
about it.
Think about it. Yep. Oh, like I think people just want to be like spoon fed. And they're lazy as far as, but it's not that hard to like look. I literally put my website on every one of my videos, almost all of them. And you're still asking me?
It was really easy for me to find it.
The website is my name. It's the same on every platform. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna. But those people never like follow through. I noticed that too, because people who know they click boom 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 book. Everybody who asks like that, they never finish and follow through. It's aggravating. I think you're frozen, or you're just like in awe, but it's like you're not moving on the screen. The time is going though, but you are frozen on the screen. So I'm not sure if it's still live with me. But if it is, guys, my website, JalisaDanielleAstrology.com. Not sure what's going on, but it is frozen right now. So maybe I should sit here and still talk. Maybe nobody's even listening to me because, oh, is it just me? Okay, I guess I got kicked off. Well, it's my show now, guys. Not sure who is watching, but appreciate y'all. And if you are on social media, I promise I'm not this mean. But it's just so frustrating, y'all. And yes, Eddie, people do not read. So I wish I could interact with people and see what y'all are talking about or who's here, but I don't see Carlos in the stream, and I'm wondering if it's still streaming live. Anyways, so shout out Fifth House of Astrology, a brand that I have collaborated on with another designer who's also into astrology. And yeah, go ahead and go to that, fifthhouse.shop. Plugging myself, go to my YouTube. You can watch all my videos. I got like 300 and something videos on there. So there's endless amount of information, and I can still keep going and still create content around it. But I'm just yapping away because I was like, am I still live? I'm just going to do some drops. Hey guys, go to my page, go to my stream. I don't know who I'm talking to. It's kind of quiet. I don't hear you though. Yeah, you're muted or something. I don't hear you. Nothing. It's okay though. Can you hear me though? Obviously you're responding to me. No, I don't hear you. No, I hear nothing. It's okay. Is Mercury in retrograde? I don't know. I can read lips. I can understand what you're saying if you want to do some sign language or something, but yeah, no. I don't hear anything. It's okay. You can just like write something and hold it up and or maybe you could type. Can you type something on the screen? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much did all my information, and I know, like I said, people don't read, but hopefully your people know how to read. And if you are into astrology, you should know how to read, okay? Because you should know how to read your own information. But I don't hear anything from you on your end. Not sure what happened. I never used I've used StreamYard before with like one other person who was doing a podcast, but I just do Zoom. I don't like going live because I don't want people to know that I'm at home. I do go live on TikTok though, but you can like blur the background so you don't know where I'm at. Yeah, but I don't hear anything. I wonder if people hear me but they don't hear you? Oh, they hear me. Okay. Well, it's my show now, guys, okay? For the next few minutes. I don't know. I don't know if you can't hear, then I don't know how you like kind of wrap it up. Cuz it's okay, things happen. Yeah, it's okay. Stuff happens and whatever. Aquarius is Aquarians might deal with some electrical technical issues. We are technology, okay? We are the future. We are AI. So I guess that's it. I guess I don't know. I can't hear anything. So, but I appreciate this opportunity. And like I said, shout out to you for being organized in the email. It does not matter if it was wordy because I understand and I know how to read, and I will read everything from top to bottom. Yeah, the day, the time, the duration, the topic. That's what people need to know. How to network, learn from Aquarians, because we know how to communicate. Okay. So yeah, thanks, Eddie. I really appreciate your comments too. Just me and Eddie having a conversation. I was like, I don't know if I can see people's comments. I can't really see anything, but I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I love when people interact and support. I say even if I'm talking to one person, I'd be on TikTok live and it'd be like 3 people in. I'm like, us 3, we're chit chatting together, because you never know who's watching. That one person you are talking to could be the one that just this giant trajectory. So Facebook. I was like, I don't have Facebook. Maybe it's not Facebook because I deactivated it. Unless it's still there, better not be because I deactivated it. Who made a page about me? I have had some like duplicates or people like trying to, ever since like MySpace days though. I'm like, it's not me. I can't run that many pages. So I don't know who you just added, Eddie, but it probably wasn't me. Unless it's my other page that I made that, because I couldn't get into my other account, but I don't use it and I'm not on Facebook. So whatever. Anyways, well, I think I can see, kind of what you're saying. We're kind of done, but thank you for this opportunity. And I can, when I go live on TikTok, which I don't have a schedule. I know you have a schedule, a very fixed energy of you. So I just kind of randomly, I'm like, I got an hour today. Let me get on TikTok live. So maybe we can like do something on there since I actually know who you are. Because when I get on TikTok, people be trying to join my live stream. I'm like, I don't know you. And you're not going to jump on here and say some crazy stuff. I don't know. Why are you trying to even invite yourself? That's crazy. But yeah, so if I ever get a real schedule, I'll let you know. But thank you. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, I guess, and talk to you soon. Thank you, Carlos. All right.